UT quarterback Joey Aguilar.
Joey Aguilar.
Joey Aguilar.
Aguilar. Joey Aguilar.
Joey Aguilar gaining national attention this season.
¿Qué pasó, mi gente? Bienvenidos a otro episodio muy especial de VamosVols. Aquí tengo a un invitado demasiado especial, el mariscal de campo de la Universidad de Tennessee, el quarterback Joey Aguilar. Hermanazo, VamosVols is about celebrating and embracing the Hispanic and Latino community within Tennessee athletics, from past and present, and sharing the stories of those players and coaches that are here now that are bringing the pride, the culture, and the heart to Tennessee. Thank you so much for being with us today, Joe.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me.
What a special day. Let's start from the beginning, man. Talk to us about your childhood, where you grew up, and how that went for you.
I grew up in LA when I first started. Until about third grade, we moved back to where my family's from. My mom and dad, Pittsburgh, Antioch, California, up there in the Bay. And, played all around on the sport. Played a big baseball guy, football guy. Played defense, running back, linebacker, D-end. Wasn't really messing with quarterback until I got up to freshman year of high school. I was always able to throw the ball, so my dad always tried to push me into that position, but I didn't fall into it until freshman year of high school. Played all 4 years of high school. Went under recruited. I had some good stats and things like that. Played with some guys that went D1, but fell under the radar and was thinking about quitting. I went to San Francisco City College in 2019. Didn't play. I was on the team, but was a gray shirt, so I was under 12 units. Didn't really play. Was just there for practice. And then COVID happened, so I stopped playing for COVID. And then my friends, I was still out there messing around, throwing the ball around, and having fun with my guys that were still in JUCO and trying to pursue that dream. So 2021 came, and they wanted me to go play, and they kept bringing it up, come play. And then my family was telling me might as well go try, and I ended up transferring to DVC and playing there for 2 seasons.
Man, one of the things that I'm sure you've noticed, you are such an inspiration right now to so many children, high school kids, middle school kids. I don't know if you know that I'm a teacher. I teach 6th and 7th grade. All my students are now saying, Aguilar, every time they greet me. But who were those people for you when you were growing up? Who were your inspirations, whether it be, family members, athletes? Who were those people for you?
It was definitely my mom and dad, for sure. All the nights of just training and practice late and things like that, commuting to go play 7-on-7 or go get some training from a trainer, and all the money that they spent on us, just knowing they were giving whatever they had for us so we could pursue our dream and continue doing what we love. So that's what makes me most happy right now, just go out there playing, and they're up there happy because I got a college degree and I'm playing college football and doing something that I dreamed of since I was a kid. So
I don't know if you saw that picture that went viral between Mother Lydia and me on Instagram, but the hashtag now in Spanish is La Abuela de Tennessee. She is now Tennessee's grandmother.
Yeah.
How is she with her fame now and knowing that her grandson is the starting quarterback at Tennessee?
With her fame, she thinks it's hilarious. She gets noticed back home now. She'll go to bingo and Sonia go up to her. And,
Puerto Ricans, they do that bingo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So she'll go to bingo and people will come up to her and be like, "Oh, I see your grandson on TV. I see you on TV," and she laughs. She loves it. She actually has a blast. She watches every game. She'll go rewatch the game during the weeks too. She'll just go on YouTube and watch highlights if it's her first time watching the game.
They were here versus Oklahoma. 50 plus family members over here. We do a huge video. It goes viral too. What are some of those lessons? You're talking about your mom and dad being those inspirations for you now that you're an inspiration to thousands. And I don't know if you know, but VamosVols is now in 25 countries worldwide.
Let's go.
So now there are many people. We got a message a couple of weeks ago. Somebody was listening from the country of Chile.
Okay.
What are those family lessons from your mom and dad that you still carry with you till today?
Definitely perseverance and humility. I'm very blessed and humbled to be in the spot that I am. Was a lot of long nights and long days to, continue pursuing my dream. A lot of doubt on the way, especially leaving high school and being in JUCO. But my dad, he's always said if you start something, you got to finish it, and if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. So, and the support that my mom had throughout all that time, just kind of kicks in my mind of like why I'm doing it. Because I started when I was young and I had a dream, and the dream fell short, but I continued pushing and continued striving for where I wanted to be at, and that was to be a college athlete and get a college degree, and I ended up doing that, and super grateful to be here in Tennessee, and super welcomed by the community and the people here, my teammates and coaches. From the short amount of time that I've been here, it's just been amazing, and I just can't thank everybody enough.
Absolutely. You have made history as one of the few Hispanic quarterbacks playing major college football. I think you know the other ones, Fernando Mendoza from Indiana, Diego Pavia across the road, and yourself. What does it mean to you to not only represent that Power T, but also knowing that you're representing such a massive culture as a Hispanic, Puerto Rican background, Mexican background, representing two nations?
Not too many people get to do what we do, and for us to go out there and represent for our community and our culture is awesome. And just to go out there and be an inspiration to the youth, that's the whole goal. These kids see us and think we're all like these big time celebrities and things like that. I was one of those kids, and when you see one that you look up to and they're kind of mean or messed up to you, it kind of like changes your perspective. So I just try to be a good inspiration to these kids, and let them know like whatever you put your mind to that you can do, and just keep striving.
That was the next thing that I was going to ask you. When you're now running through the tee and you're inside Neyland Stadium, do you ever think about that when you're playing? Do you ever think about, and the word that I'm now using is representation? That is such an important word for me, and what VamosVols represent. We are not only representing the University of Tennessee, but we are representing countries worldwide. One of the things that people didn't seem to understand was we've had international people come here, graduate, then they go back to their prospective countries, and they still want to feel like they belong here in Tennessee. When you're inside Neyland Stadium, do you ever think about that representation? Do you ever think about those kids that are now looking at you and saying, man, my dream is not too far away?
Definitely, I wouldn't say in the game, I think about it, but definitely, Vol walk and my little pregame when I'm just sitting on the field and, just kind of flashbacking about, my whole life journey and things like that. But definitely when I'm sitting there just listening to music, just to see the impact that I have on kids, especially, after the game, all these kids come up to me, ask for signatures and photos and like that. And I try to sneak out sometimes because there's so many people, and they be catching me. They be sprinting. They be
grabbing your hoodie.
They be sprinting down I'll be on like the other side of this building. They be sprinting down, see me walk out the building. But just to see, how happy they are to see me and get a picture, just even have a high five or a little what's up is awesome. And I just hope I can continue to do that.
You come from a culture that values passion, pride, and resilience. How do you think that your background has influenced the leadership role that you now have?
Resilience is just like my whole journey coming from high school to App State to here is like, it takes time. Everything doesn't happen overnight, and being on the BART rides, not having enough money to pay for the BART rides, and me and my friends just getting on, going out there to San Francisco every day, coming back midnight, turn around next morning to do the same thing. Having doubt of like, man, like I don't even know if I really want to do this. I want to start a career in something else, or having that like, nah, I'm gonna just stick to it, because you never know what can happen. And, transferring and just having the support from family and friends to keep that going, I think my journey kind of hits on all of it for sure.
Incredible season that you're having, and you see that all over the news, and you see your mother crying, just those emotions, crying and seeing her grandson play at a big stage. How did that make you feel?
Awesome. It was definitely heartwarming, especially for my grandma. If she can make it to every game, she'll be at every game. She loves the environment. She loves football. for what we're doing.
I saw her screaming at the TV to the San Francisco 49ers a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
She was just going at it, but it's amazing to see because I know that we kind of share the same life. Can you talk to me about how your personal relationship with Jesus Christ has helped your journey and has made you remain firm on your faith?
Definitely, during JUCO is when it started for sure.
Okay, so that is that part of the interruption. Is that kind of like when you're giving yourself to
For
Christ?
sure.
Is like JUCO time?
For
I love
sure.
it.
Second year JUCO specifically, I was just, super doubtful and questioning myself. And, I got a tattoo on my ribs. It's Proverbs 3-5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart.
With all your heart.
Lean only and not understand. For all your ways you submit to Him, and it'll make your path straight. And
Hold on. I feel like I'm in church now. Hold on,
Yeah.
I like it.
And man, that hit me. And I didn't understand like what I was doing, why I was doing everything, why I wanted to stop playing, why I wanted to keep playing. And I just started to trust in Him. And then thankfully He led me to App State, and that's where I grew closer to Him, because the community and the football program was like super based on Jesus. And we're child of God's, and the communications and Bible studies that we had definitely helped a lot. And to know like I'm playing for more than just myself, I'm playing for His glory, and just to spread His goodness makes everything easier on my part, because I'm out there playing the game, and my actions and everything I do is just glorifying Him. And I don't have no reason to be upset or nothing. I'm just super grateful, super thankful, and at the end of the day, just thank God for putting me in this situation.
Praise God. When you arrived at Tennessee, what made Tennessee feel home, and especially now with the VamosVols community embracing your story?
Definitely the players and coaches. I mean, right when I got here, it felt like it was an easy transition, and it felt like I'd been here for a while. Players were super welcoming, coaches were super welcoming. I was on like Zoom calls and things like that, just almost daily calls with the coaches, trying to build a relationship, just because it was just a short amount of time that I had when I came to build those relationships. So definitely the brotherhood that the program has, and the faith that the program has with Coach Seawalk being our chapel, and just the faith that everybody has on this team just made it an easy transition.
So you don't know this, but Seawalk and I, we're old heads, and we used to do what is called an FCA retreat. I went to Carson Newman. He was here at UT, and we had this FCA retreat in Cookeville. So we go way back. So that found
4 FCA.
There you go.
Yeah.
That foundation that you have, I'll take it to the grave. Yeah. Whenever somebody has that foundation, I know you probably heard the song, I build my firm foundation. I believe that God grabs that and, makes it for His kingdom and for His glory. You find out that you're the starter. Guide me through those emotions. What kind of feelings were they? Were they prideful feelings? Were there relief feelings? Were there grateful feelings? How were you feeling when you found out that you were the starter here at Tennessee?
I would just say grateful. Just because everything that I've been through, and this is a great program. A great QB battle with G-Mac and Jake.
Yeah.
And we were just supporting each other through the whole battle. We have to be as one no matter what. And those guys welcomed me from the day I got here, and helped me out as much as they can to get me in a good position to understand the playbook. So I was definitely super excited and just super grateful to be named the starter.
What message do you hope that this is sending to them, to those kids that are looking up to you now and saying, that could be me one day?
As cliche, never give up, but
okay,
trust in God, and God's way is perfect. And it may not be clear, but God's journey for you is the right path. And I told one of my friends this a while ago. It's like I had a plan, but God had my journey. My plan was to play high school straight to college. It didn't happen. Quit football to be a fireman. Didn't happen. And God's journey of JUCO to App State to being here, of being on BART, and all these obstacles. It's never easy, but if you believe and, trust in God, that, you put full belief and you just attack every day like it's your last and just keep pursuing your goals, that you will be where you want to be.
You share your verse with Proverbs, which is unbelievable because that's our book of instructions. That's me all day long. And now that I'm married, it's Proverbs 5 for me. But one of the verses that I lean on to the most throughout my life is 1 Thessalonians 5:18. In everything, in every situation, give thanks, for that is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. That's something that I feel like we share, and I feel like people see that in you. You're not talking about it, it's people talking about that with you, and that's what Christianity is. We're not really supposed to call ourselves Christians by the way that we walk, by the way that we talk, by the way that we represent ourselves. That's what people are supposed to say about us. When people look back at your time at Tennessee, how do you want to be remembered? Not just as the quarterback, but Joey Aguilar, the person.
Just a good influence to the youth. Just like we said earlier about like my story and just being resilient, having perseverance, and attacking your goals. There's a lot of outside noise that people have that can make you second think of your opinion and what you go about life. But if you trust God and love God to your fullest, and have your family that supports you, that you don't really care what other people think of you, and you're living for your goal and God's glory. So,
last question from me: what do you want your legacy to be here at the University of Tennessee, and for the Hispanic community that is supporting your journey?
I hope I could just make an impact on as many people as possible. Football lasts so long, but the person and the memories of that person last forever. So, I hope people remember me as a good athlete, but a better person.
Joey is not just leading the Vols on Saturdays. He is inspiring a whole new generation from his roots to being the quarterback at the University of Tennessee. Faith, perseverance, and hard work is the message today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Joey, for your time here. Can we get a VamosVols for the fans?
VamosVols.
Mi gente, thank you guys for watching. This has been VamosVols.